Hey, welcome back to Wallet Reset. It's Mike Malbro, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. All right, and the reason why I want to talk about this kind of goes into why this is called Wallet Reset. So, as many of you all know, and some of you don't, Wallet Reset is called Wallet Reset because it's made for people who are just starting out or who are restarting in their endeavors to become wealthier or just make more money, start a business, what have you. All right, so a big part of this is what we're going to talk about today, which is perseverance, determination, how to build it, right? Because here's the thing, it's not just something where you just use your willpower. As a matter of fact, it's almost impossible to use willpower long term because there's an actual energy cost to perseverance and determination. And if you don't have the right motivations, then you're just not going to continue to follow through. So that's how I'm going to help you today, by giving you what you need to do to just get through it, get gritty, get tough, and mentally just persevere, go through all the obstacles. So before I dive into this, let me tell you how how I used to be, how I am now, and how I built the determination and the grit to do something like a 90-day challenge or start a business, go to the gym as frequently as I do. All right, so once upon a time, I was pretty much a screw up. For a short period of time, been involved with like the street life back when I was like high school, right out of high school, up to my early 20s. And ultimately, what I realized was that the set of habits that I had that had gotten me to where I was were not benefiting me. And one of the things that made me realize that was I was homeless. I got to a point where I was homeless, not just homeless, but after I was homeless, I would crash with other people, and they were, definitely nice. And I was young, so it's like they were all staying with their mother and father for the most part. And you can only do that for so long before the mom and dad are like, okay, you got to go somewhere else. You don't live here. I'm not feeding you. I'm not taking care of you, what have you, right? And to be honest with you, it's just not, it's not the thing to do. So I was like 19 or 20, and I think I was about 20. And I was just like, man, how did I get here? And so ultimately, I had to join the military. The military taught me a lot about how to persevere, how to become gritty. But what helped me the most is that when I joined the military, one of the hardest things to do that they put you through right away is like the physical, like we're going to push your body to the point where you want to quit and you can't quit because we're telling you all kinds of horrible things will happen to you if you quit. And what I had to do was I had to almost create an alternate reality in my head. And this is no joke, I'm not overestimating this. I literally created an alternate reality. I was a football player through middle school and early part of high school before I got involved in nonsense. And I had to convince myself, okay, you know what I want to do? I want to see this as me trying out for my favorite football team. And this is practice. This is me getting myself ready for the season. So I literally, every time it got hard, I envisioned myself in a football stadium, right, packed with people, and I envisioned myself working out, trying to make a team, right, and that helped me get through it. And that's something that has helped me now because after I got out of the military, I got married, went through a lot of hard stuff, also a lot of good stuff, got divorced, and then I got to a point where it's like I'm starting over again, right, which is Wallet Reset. So what I want people to understand is this. What has helped me from this point on for the last 3 years, I really had to stop and say, what do you want, right? Get to the point where it's specific. Get to the point where it's like, I know I want this, and I know it because I love it. I would do it for free. I would set up all of these things this way because I know what I want in my life. Get to that point, and then you literally create that reality in your head, right? Just like I did with the football team, right? You literally have to put yourself mentally in the shoes of someone who has what you want, right? And what that allowed me to do was create habits and goals and rituals that I take on a daily or weekly or monthly basis to keep myself moving forward. Now the problem with that is, and this is where grit comes in, right? You're doing something new, you're doing something hard, and it's something that habits will, you can try to do some new things, but habits will pull you back if you don't have something that you're afraid of that's with that habit, right? And so you have to almost build a fear of your old life. You have to build a fear of where you currently are, so that when you, for example, if you're trying to quit smoking, I quit smoking, I didn't smoke for years and years and years, but I quit smoking after maybe like 8 months or something like that. I smoked for 8 months, and then I was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, and I quit. I had been drinking though for years, and I quit drinking cold turkey, literally just by saying, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be the person that drinks as much as I was doing. And that takes immense fear. And what one of my friends from my acting class actually told me is that they call this technique in AA playing the tape all the way through, right? So essentially you're taking something that you would do that's not good for you and play the tape until you feel bad, right? Think about where it will take you until it's horrible, right? And even if that means like you have to think about an early death or dying in front of your children, like you have to get to the point where you understand the cost of what your action is. And then you have to realize that the only option, right, is to move forward with what you said you wanted to do when you were in that life, I forgot what it's called, like that mental projection, I'll call it, right? In your mental projection, you decided, I want to do this, and as soon as it gets hard, you pull back because you're like, I want to go back to my old habits. If you have that fear, your back is against the wall, and so you can say, I'm going to move forward the only way I can because I can't go back. I can't go and smoke a cigarette because a cigarette means I gotta let my son watch me die. That, you know, it's that serious for me. So ultimately, to build grit and build determination and to just keep pressing forward, you have to create that world that you want to live in and find the habits that will get you there. And then build something, before you ever start, build something that you're afraid of into your old habits. Like literally know what is going to be the end if you continue down the road that your bad habits are leading you in. All right, that's how I did it. I believe that should work for you, and it's not easy. Forgive yourself if you start and then fail, and get right back on it, okay? Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys got something out of this, and I really, really, really want to make sure that you're getting value out of this video, so if you did, give me a thumbs up, all right? Also, leave me a comment if you want to talk about anything relating to online business or just personal growth, mindset, stuff like that. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.